Hi, this is Sweet June coming back at you. It's the sun keeps coming out and going back in. It keeps getting cloudy. I wish the sun would come out because I'm trying to do another video on my porch and that gives me my good lighting that I need outside. So I wish the sun would come out and stay out. But anyway, I'm right coming back at you. I want to talk about Chris Brown right quick. Um, everybody's A lot of the black women are upset with him right now because apparently of some, I know you guys probably have seen that, of some comments that, some lyrics that he has in a song that he made that he'd rather, I'm not going to word it, say exactly what he said, that he, but the gist of it was he'd rather be with light skinned black women with pretty hair. That's basically what he said. I'm not going to say verbatim what he said because he had foul language, but that's basically what he said. And I made a comment the other day on someone's video, and I was basically saying, well, first of all, I'm not a fan of Chris Brown. I'm not a Chris Brown fan, first of all. Second of all, I just can't get into these new rappers. I just can't get into them. Most majority of them, I can't get into them. But first of all, I said, well, it's a preference. He's light skinned. He's a light skinned young man. I don't know if he's biracial or not, but he's light skinned, and so he probably want a woman that looks like him, that's light skinned like him. And I guess in a larger scheme of things, there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing, what my thought was, he doesn't have to degrade dark skinned women in the process. And for him to, it's kind of ignorant for him to assume that all dark skinned women don't have. I hate that term, good hair. I hate it because actually there are actually different hair textures in the black community. There's different hair textures. I know a lady that is dark skinned and she has a little bit of Indian in her and she has the most beautiful hair. So there are dark complected and brown complected women that have absolutely beautiful hair. There are different hair textures in the black community. Some black people have really coarse hair. I have thin, I call it thin naps. I have naps, but I wish I had a thicker head of hair. I wish that I had thicker naps because you could do more with it. So, I mean, there is different hair textures in the black community. So it was kind of ignorant for him to assume that all dark skinned black women have nappy hair. I hate the term nappy hair, but that's his preference. That's okay. But what my thought is that he didn't have to degrade dark skinned women in the process because there's a lot of dark skinned women that are probably his fans. And when you're an artist, you have to be careful. You don't want to insult your fans. So I don't think that's a good business move on his part to do that. He just, if that's a preference, then that's fine. If that's his preference, I don't have a problem with it if that's his preference. But don't insult dark skinned women in the process. I'm really over all this colorism stuff in the black community. I'm really over it. My point, and also my point is, I prefer dark skinned men. Now that's my preference. You know, we all got a preference. That's nothing against light skinned men. But if I do a video or whatever, or if I was an artist, I'm not going to insult light skinned men in my music. Or I'm not going to say anything. There's nothing against light skinned men. But I do prefer dark skinned men. I just think dark skinned men are more attractive, you know? So that's my preference, but that doesn't mean I'm going to down other races of men and degrade other races of men because that's my preference. That's my point. That's his preference. That doesn't mean he has to put down dark skinned women because women, there's beautiful women of all races. There's beautiful women of all shades. I've seen beautiful, absolutely beautiful, breathtaking dark skinned women. I've seen beautiful, there's beautiful women in all races. So it's really ignorant to assume that just because someone's light skinned or biracial that they're beautiful because, you know, and all dark skinned women are ugly. That's not true. There is some absolutely beautiful dark skinned women. So beauty comes in all rays and all shades. What I meant to say, all shades and races. So, his comments, to me, it wasn't a good business move on his part as an artist, because it's a lot of dark skinned black women that may not support him now, and that's going to take away from his record sales. So, as an artist, he ought to know, common sense should tell him that you don't say offensive stuff towards your fan base. It's probably a lot of dark skinned women that supported him, and now they may not. So that's gonna take away from his coin. So that wasn't a smart move on his part. And then he came on Twitter and he said some other stuff, which that doesn't help the situation. But if dark skinned women that have to reevaluate supporting this young man, if they, it is what it is. I mean, it's a personal decision, but they might want to reevaluate that situation as far as supporting him. But that's what I'm saying. It's okay if he prefers light skinned women because he's light skinned, but that doesn't mean that he has to degrade dark skinned women in the process. So that's my point. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I know you've seen that. Let me know what you think about what he said or whatever. Stay tuned. I got some more interesting video topics coming up. There goes that sun going in again. I wish it would stay out. Please like, subscribe, and share my video. And peace and love. This is Sweet June.